So I'm actually going to talk about something that I learned early on in my experience as an entrepreneur and has stuck with me since then. I was originally a product manager at GarageBand under a different management, different business model. That business model went through $17 million back in the previous period of investment in internet companies, and then was looking for additional money to continue that business model. I lost my job and had been, an avid supporter of the company prior to joining it, and then even afterwards started working pro bono on fundraising, trying to tap into my network. And I was going out there, and I was young. I had all of the enthusiasm of youth. Now, and this is something that I should pause and make sure that I'm speaking to the right audience here. We're entrepreneurs, right? Yeah. We're the people who have the big visions. We're the ones that don't take no for an answer. We're the ones that are supposed to exude absolute confidence in the success of our companies, right? And so I'm out there talking to people saying, this is going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work, and going through every single reason I had in my arsenal for explaining why it's going to work, and I kept hearing no. So I go to one investor, and I go through every single reason, and they say, no, I don't think this is going to work. And then, of course, at that point, my mind turned off, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to plan for the next one. And then I'd go to the next one, and I would go through the same reasons, and at the end, they would say, no, I don't think it's going to work. And then my mind would turn off, and I would totally, start thinking about the next pitch that I was going to be making, because I knew it was going to work. They didn't know, but that didn't matter. So after doing this, I don't actually have enough fingers. And hearing no every single time, I was really dejected. I was really out there trying to save my job, but was convinced that I was going to be going into dire poverty for at least a 6-month period. And in the middle of this, this deep impending depression, I suddenly had a realization, which is all the folks that I was talking to were saying no, but they weren't saying no for any old reason. They actually had specific objections to the idea that I was putting forward. And the funny thing is that these were objections that I had when I was working at the company and tried to convince the management to change before we ran out of money. But I was in this mode of absolute confidence and being as strong and forceful as I could be in my pitch that I couldn't even see it anymore. And then I started to actually go back to the list of people that I spoke to. And I didn't even get past the second person on the list saying, you know what, I actually think there's a way to deal with your objections before finding the money to buy out the assets from the previous investors, restart the company, which went on to become iLike. So I guess in summary, right, our confidence as entrepreneurs is absolutely an asset. Absolutely an asset. And it's something that can be the greatest virtue, but it also can be your greatest vice. And my suggestion is to seek out people that can buffer your confidence with real pragmatism. Listen to the people who say no to you. They're not stupid. It's not that they don't lack vision. They actually care about what you're talking about. Otherwise, they wouldn't respond to you at all. Take their responses, can come up with convincing arguments or alternatives that deal with their concerns, and then you'll reach a point where they don't have anything to say no to anymore, and then you're in business.